Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. First off, we apologize for missing you Friday night. We were out at the Rock and Q on the Plains here in Great Bend. They had a big festival this weekend, concerts Friday and Saturday night, and so pretty cool. Wanted to see that. They had Skid Row, Banshee, Foghat, Starship. Neat deal, pretty cool. So we ended up out there Friday night and Saturday night, so we missed you Friday. Want to apologize for that, but definitely didn't want to miss you tonight. Wanted to do some cool stuff from the yard today, but the wind was atrocious. I can't believe how bad the wind was here today, so there really wasn't any point in trying to do anything out there because you couldn't have heard me anyway. Even if I was holding the phone right in front of me, I don't know if you could have heard me. And I'm not sure I could have stood up through some of it for as bad as it got out there today. So anyway, picked up some stuff around the shop and got a few things done, but couldn't bring anything live from the yard. And with the time change coming up, we're definitely going to have to go earlier if we're going to do stuff outside. So anyway, please keep that in mind and bear with us on some of that stuff. So tonight, we've got a couple things I dug out cleaning up around the shop today, and there's something that, you know, nobody ever in a million years would imagine would have been collectible, but they are cool, and you think about it, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be collectible. Saw several of these go through Meekum with the Giuliano collection and their memorabilia stuff in May, and these things, a lot of these things just broke the bank, and you wouldn't even, most people wouldn't even think about it, but you can hang them on the wall, you can display them with your cars, and they're cool. And they were made to be advertisers as well as used. So what we're going to show you tonight are some fender covers. Now, back in the day, basically you had to do everything leaning over the fenders, and cars had big front fenders. You know, in today's world, you drop the subframe out, and you can drop the whole engine and cradle out in front of you if you've got something big to do. Back in the day, you had big, massive, wide fenders with a lot of paint and a lot of chrome on them. So you were leaning over and working. The techs back in the day had to work around that to not damage the car. So they came up with soft fender covers so you could lean over the car. Well, you're using these in the shop. They're hanging around the shop. They started printing advertising on them. So I've got a few of those to look at tonight. And like I said, it's something that has become collectible that a lot of people don't even think about. But they're similar to oil cans. Oil cans were trash. They got thrown away. You dumped them out. You threw them away. They were junk. So fenders, but they were... you know, they were used and used and used, and when they were tore up and shot, they were thrown away and grabbed a new one. So let's flip the camera around. I'll show you the first one we've got here. Everything I've got out tonight are GM. So this is probably 70s or 80s, probably 80s with a GM, great GM feeling with genuine GM parts. GM logo, quality parts. We sell customer satisfaction. You know, these didn't need to be anything fancy, but they realized they could use them for advertising. They had a soft back to them, and that's what they were used for. They were used, they had a purpose, but like a lot of things, when you realize you can put your name on it, they started doing that. The next one we've got is about the same era as this one, and it's a Mr. Goodwrench, which obviously very well known in the 80s and 90s, a very common logo that GM used a lot. And there again, promote the brand, build the brand, put it everywhere you can. And when people are at the service department, they want to see your car worked on. They want to see them, you're using this stuff, and that's why they can see it. And it's a good way to promote the dealership service area. And this is also, you know, an 80s era one probably. The last one I've got for you tonight, we're going to back up a little bit. It's GM also, and this is probably 60s or 70s. This one's a little bit rougher. A little bit more discoloration, but great color. I mean, this thing, if this was a new one, this thing would look amazing. You know, AC Delco quality products. It was tune-up stuff, plugs, ignitions, wire and cable, battery, and even put tune-up with AC Delco on a musical bar. So they even got pretty creative with some of these. They were nothing fancy. They were literally to be used up, thrown away, soft backing on them. And once they were beat up, torn up, they pitched them and got new ones. So everybody had these. Car manufacturers had them. Service departments had them. So they are out there. They're a cool piece. They're something a lot of people don't always think about as far as possibly being collectible. But you can hang these things in your garage. Or, you know, what's getting to be cool with a lot of this stuff is you take your car to a car show, put them on it, you know, as you're displaying. One, it's going to keep people from hopefully leaning over your stuff and maybe scratching your car. Plus, it just looks cool. You get the period correct stuff and display it with it. set them up in your garage, set them up in your man cave, especially if you've got your vehicle in your man cave. A lot of the old test equipment's getting popular because they're great conversation pieces and it's neat stuff. So anyway, that's what we had for you tonight. Something that a lot of people don't typically think about, but they're still cool collectibles. You know, you can get into these, especially some of these that are not new old stock. May have a few stains, may have a tear in them, may have a rip in them, but still look cool and display well. You don't have to spend a fortune. I've seen new old stock ones of these starting to bring into the hundreds of dollars. But a lot of these, these more average ones, they've been used. They may only have good logos, but not perfect logos. But they're cool pieces that a lot of people don't think about. So anyway, that's what we have for tonight. Got more cars to pick up this week. We will try to get you some more stuff from the yard maybe Wednesday. Maybe the weather will cooperate a little more, and maybe it won't be so brutally windy out. And so we can get you some more cool stuff from the yard. Walk around and look at some more cars that have been coming in and see what we can make happen there. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us. As always, we always appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day to stop by and hang out with us and see what we're talking about. And as always, if there's something you want to see, let me know. If there's something you see in the background you want to talk about, let me know. If there's a specific car or type of vehicle you want me to go out and talk about at the yard, we'll try to plug that in the next time we're out there. So anyway, just let me know. Throw it up in the comments, and we'll try to take a look at them, see what we think, and see what we can do. And as always, thanks for hanging out with us, taking a few minutes out of your night and being here with us, and we will see you Wednesday.